3, 2, 1. And we should be live. Here we go. How's it going, Sir Legna? Good day, right back to you. Song of the Loot, how are you doing? You didn't get to the stream? Yesterday we were configuring plugins. We just put some plugins in and started messing with the parameters, plugin parameters. And yeah, today we're going to be taking a look at, we're going to talk about the core game loop and how I'm proposing this game works. As far as like how is the game going to play and everything. It'll be different than the MV one for sure. But it's still concept stage, so you know, I'm listening to feedback and whatnot. But I have an idea of how I want it to operate. What's up, Warp Enigma? Whoop whoop. How are you doing, man?
Hi, guys.
T is here. How's it going, T?
What's up? What's up? I was out of the room at first, but I'm back.
We had to put a baby to sleep, T's.
Yeah.
Warp Enigma says, I wonder if T has made some maps for today, or is she too much of a perfectionist?
Well, yeah, actually, column B.
Yeah.
But hey, I got a map started.
Yeah? She's like, how does this look, honey? I was like, oh, that's a nice looking cave. She's like, it's a cliffside. I said, that's a very nice cave side.
And then I've scrapped it, so I'm starting over.
Oh no.
I don't ever do that, you know?
Come on, just submit something. Hey KV. What's up, KV? Warp Enigma's here. Song of the Loot's here.
Here's the thing. Can I explain it a little?
1 second. Veroclaw, how you doing? I see you there. Sir Legna's here. Athleon Studios. Hey, Drifty and T and chat. How are you doing? Is what he says.
Hello.
All right, now go for it.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's a thing called a terrain tool in Tile D, and it's kind of like auto tiling in RPG Maker, but way better. And what you do is you configure some tiles and stuff, and then you turn them into auto tiles, but it's called terrain tool. And you can like paint rivers and ponds and paths and all kinds of stuff, and it comes out looking super cool. And so I started making it 48 by 48. And I realized yesterday that I can only use the terrain tool in 24 by 24. So now I have to start over in 24 by 24.
Why?
I don't know. It's impossible. I tried every combination possible to configure 48 by 48, and it simply will not work. But with 24 by 24, works right away. So
well, as long as you put the doors in the right spot.
Yes, that's the thing. I have to put the doors in the right spot.
We got a 50 crown super chat. Thank you for the 50 Nox, Warp Enigma. Hey, thank you. We appreciate that very much. He goes, I'm doing good. Thanks. How are you guys? Whoop, whoop. T has the burden of perfectionism. Hope you two are good, and the rest of everyone. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Love from the Warp Enigma. Thank you so much, Warp. We appreciate the 50 crowns right off the bat.
Really, this time it actually boils down to laziness, because the other way of doing it is tediously painting on every single, like, everything tile by tile, and I decided I'd rather auto tile. So
what's up, Brizzy? I see you there. You said hey right as T. I was like, go ahead and talk now, T. And you're like, hey, hello. What's up, Gamer Bud? How you doing? Wrath of Wood, I see you there. How you guys doing today? All right, so here's the dealio. We've got this basics, you know, setup of the free plugins and one from whatever. We got some plugins, right? Here's the core game loop. You're going to take the role of a main character, and I don't know yet if you're going to pick the main character, or if Drifty's going to be the main character, or if Drifty and T will be like the first characters. I don't think so. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe you pick the first one. You out of a list, or you type in a name. Or you click random. Like, there'll be options. Like, how do you want to start? But you're gonna have one character, or maybe two, and then you're gonna do a base of operations out of your house, and you're gonna have a player house, and the player house is gonna be a very, very basic, like a campsite from the beginning, and then after a while, it gets upgraded, and like every like quest you accomplish, you could get like rewards. And the rewards can be like you have a mantle, you get a fireplace, a mantle over your fireplace, and your house just gets more decked out over time. But that's not the main thing. That's just one thing. The core game loop is going to be over time. you're going to be offered quests, and then you can accept those quests or turn down those quests from like a narrator, but the narrator will just be saying the kingdom of whatever so and so has offered you this quest, and then you'll have the option to either accept that quest. If you do accept it, you're offered like 3 things. Every quest will give you 3 different rewards, and you can choose to accept the quest with the reward of gold, or the reward of favor from the kingdom of whatever empire or whatever. And then maybe the third one will be like a weapon, a really cool weapon from this area. And you can either accept it for one of those rewards, or you can turn it down. But your actions will have a little bit of a consequence, because we're going to have a bunch of different kingdoms, and you'll have a bunch of variables that control your favor with all of those empires, kingdoms, worlds, whatever. And so you guys get to decide your own quest line if you want to. Otherwise, we'll just throw one in there. You could decide the name of the kingdom or empire or world that your guy comes from, and you can, set up any maps you want. And we'll do this with a waypoint system, so everything happens out of your little base of operations. And like at the beginning of the game, you'll have some of the waypoints opened up through the tutorial, which will be very basic, where you have your little house where you get free restores. You get your full heals from your house. And then maybe like the first waypoint will be a basics item shop. And that item shop could, it's your favor with that item shop. The variable can control what it sells you. So as you gain favor from that item shop, you'll get offered more and more better things. And that same concept works for every other new waypoint. And this is going to let us make a modular game without having us to make 50 different maps for one map, right? Every map can be partitioned into its own little world, and because of the lore and the theme that we're going with, the art style doesn't have to match, because you're going to go step into a portal to another dimension or another world, another area, and the tile set could be different. The map could be different. It could be parallaxed. It could be not parallaxed. But I also want to talk about one thing: how you guys would submit your maps. I recommend going to vinogames.com and downloading the bare bones MZ project if you want to contribute to this.
Yeah.
And if you use the bare bones project, it'll be easy for you to not send and have to upload massive files. So you can download the bare bones project, put in the things, just the things you need for your storyline, quest line, maps, whatever, and then you send me that project. You upload that to Google Drive or whatever and give me a download link. And then I can download the project and copy paste stuff in from project to project. And it won't be 400 megabytes, a gigabyte, 2 gigs. It'll just be like, 20 megs plus whatever you add. So 20, 30, 40, 50 megabytes. And that would be a good way to do it, because then we can make it so that you don't have to upload big files and I don't have to download big files. Even though it's not a big thing, that's just something I thought about. T thought about last night, and I was like, well, we did that with MV as well. We asked that they used a stripped down project to upload.
Plus, when you're using like different tile sets and you have the data set up in the database, it could just be copied and pasted, and it's just so much easier that way. So much better.
Sir Lugna says, Drifty problem. What about updates to existing projects that were submitted? Well, you just submit the new one.
Yeah, just submit the new one. Copy and paste the new stuff.
Do the same thing. Upload your new project. If it has a significant change, if you change a typo, I wouldn't worry about it. But like if you add a new tile set and a new map, well, you might want to re-upload it and give me a new link.
And one of the really cool things about this idea that's got me excited is that each person will have control of their side quest. So like you can decide like what you have a reward that you're going to give to the player for the side quest, and what do they have to do for that reward. So you like build that side quest, you build the maps and the events and stuff like that, and then it could be put into the entire game. So we're going to have like a lot of different people's like perspective and game making angles in the game. It's going to be really neat, I think.
Yeah, it could be pretty cool. Hey, Neo Soul, how you doing? It's good to see you. Yeah, so basically just re-upload Sir Legno. So I mean, I guess it's kind of different from Natural Explorers, but like it has some ideas from Natural Explorers, Athelion. Sure. This is your mission, 007, should you accept it. Another 50 Nox super chat from Warp Enigma. Thank you so much, Warp. Appreciate that. 50 more crowns coming at us, T. He says, so I write Warp Enigma side story and send it with the Bare Bones project from Vino. Can you put the link in the description? Sounds nice. Need to think of a plot.
Oh.
VinoGames.com, and then you can get the Bare Bones project from
So
there.
Legna has a very good question, and I'm thinking of a possible solution. He says, what about like common events, per instance? What if I use a common event that's already been used? How about if you want to write a side plot, approach us, and we can assign you a certain number of variables, switches, and common events, and those are yours. And you
Nah,
can
fuck
use
that.
those.
Fuck that.
No?
I'm not going to keep track of what somebody's going to do or what they want to do. I'm going to need 100 of these. No. Send me your project, and if there's a confliction, then we can make adjustments, and you'll have to give me instructions to make adjustments if we have... I don't want your
You'll have to go
ideas, and I
through-
don't want to, like, make...
You'll have to go through each one of their events and change it if it's already been used. So it might be easier to just let them, like, tell them, okay, these switches and these variables you can use. Nobody's using them.
No, because I will still be going through the process of like extra work, assigning spots that may never get used.
Well, that's why I was saying the person would have to, like, say, I have this storyline, this is how many switches I want, this is how many variables I'm going to use, blah, blah, blah. Like,
It's just going to be a pain in the ass no matter how you try to look at it. And I don't want to do the let's do the extra work up front here. And then, because the thing is, people don't always follow through. And so I'm going to do
Right.
a lot of extra work for their idea, and then they never finish it. So
Right.
here's what I say: finish it, give me something to do, give me something to look at, and then we can figure out how to make it work in the game. Because all you're going to do is have a bunch of half-baked ideas that never get finished, assigned spaces, and like it's just too much. You're not on my seat, so you don't understand what I'm saying, really.
Suggestion: I could start an Excel sheet to keep track of that stuff, and I could assign them.
If you want to do a Google Sheet for that,
Yeah,
be my guest.
I could do that. I think it would be better because then you don't have to go through each event and hope that you remember each spot that this switch or variable was used and change it. And
So here's what the Google Sheet would need to have then. All right. So you're going to need to, on your Google spreadsheet, you're going to have to write down the name for all of the common events. Like, so right now it's just one. All you'll need is new game auto run is being used by new
Right.
game auto run.
well, they
So-
would submit their names to me, and I would add it to the.
Yeah. But like, what data do you need to track in your Google Docs? I'm trying to help you.
Common events.
No, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Look, you're going to need common events. You're going to need switches
and variables.
and variables. You're also going to need to, if there's any troop events, you're going to need to keep track of troop common
Write
events.
this down real quick.
This is why I'm saying it.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me get a.
I mean, I'm not asking you to do this, but if
No, I
you
don't
want
mind.
to
I don't
do
mind.
this, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just another piece of
All right.
paper to keep everything organized, which is, in the end, it'll be a bonus to the project. It'll be better because of it, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of extra work.
It'll save work, though. I think it'll save more work than it
I
creates.
don't think it will save more work, but you can go ahead and do that if you want to. I think
right.
it'll be equal or more work, but
Is there
it's
anything
okay.
else? Anything else?
So common events, troop events, game variables, game switches,
How about, why don't I just keep track of all of them? Like weapons,
Actors.
armors, or you're going to put all the weapons and armors in, so it doesn't matter. What about, no, it doesn't matter the other ones.
I mean, the more data points you track, the better. You could track animations if you want to, because we're going to add a bunch of custom ones. And it's really, at this point, it's like copy the name of the text
Right.
down. And I can give you a copy of the project, and then you can just...
Animations would need to be tracked, wouldn't they? 'Cause
Well,
it'll,
if you're going to make skills, you're going to
Yeah.
need skills tracked.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just track them all. I'll just make a tab for each thing. Items, weapons, skills, states,
Well, actors too, then.
yeah. I'll make a page for every tab.
All right, so we'll have a Google Docs that gives all the information for that type of thing,
Yep.
as well as
And
types.
While you're making your plot, your side quests, get in touch with me, ask what's available, and I could tell you what you can use, and I'll put you in the sheet. And then if somebody else is working on their side quest, and they say, hey, I'm using, or if they submit something and they use something that was already used and didn't get in touch with me, they're going to have to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how complicated the things are going to get. In most situations, this is overkill, and I'm able to improvise on the fly. But in some larger systems, if you're just going to make something small and it's like, here's one item and this one item, I could put it wherever, and I can improvise on the fly to make that less work for everybody. But if you plan on making a bigger system, like, I want to put in, I don't know, whatever, like
more complicated.
More complicated. Here's a semi-random encounter system, whatever. Then you can say, what spaces do I have free for variable switches in common events, and then we can assign that.
So Legna has a good idea too. I don't know if we'll do it, but he says you could also share the Google Sheet so people could assign it to themselves. So like as they're making the variables and the whatever what they're using, they can put it in that they use this, so it's used.
I mean, you could. I don't know about that, actually.
You'd have to rely on people actually filling it in, because there would be some confusion there. Maybe
there would be a fucking mess. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You
I
give everyone access to all of the for one database. I'm not going to do that. It's going to be a fucking mess.
I'll take control of it, and if somebody submits a project with a bunch of complicated stuff and they're trying to overwrite other people's stuff, then they have to fix it.
Most of the time, we won't need this. But for bigger systems, you might. So it's okay if you want to do that. Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to find a problem that could arise in the future and assign a solution before there's a problem. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think, we could go too far in the preparation, like preparing for the problem type of thing, and not actually ever encounter it. So, I mean, it's okay to be prepared and not encounter it as well. But so go ahead and do that if you so desire to put a Google Docs down. I suppose anything that's got data to display, you can. So actors, classes, skills, items, weapons, armors, enemies, troop, states, animation, tile sets, common events, and types. And that's probably it.
Are we going to have people add types and stuff?
No. Well, I mean, maybe. If their system requires the type, we can add a type.
Right. Okay. All right.
But I don't predict too many people are going to need
we don't want
that.
we wouldn't want people adding equipment types, because we decided we're going to keep it simple, right? Or do you not mind?
Well, it depends, right? Like, when people make a system, it doesn't mean it's going to go in for sure.
Right.
But, like, we will consider it.
Right.
So, convince me that this isn't right, and we'll change it.
Okay.
I'm not set in stone on any of this. This is so beginning stages.
Cool. No, so Legna, it was a good, I'm glad you brought it up. It's good to think about this stuff.
For sure. All right. So at the beginning, we're gonna have we have to figure out what we want to do, and sometimes we just have to figure it out and pull the trigger on it and set that down. We have a 20 knock super chat from Warp Enigma. Thank you again, Warp Enigma. Appreciate the super chats. Are you going to be given the characters you don't have? Are you going to be given the characters you don't have? What do you mean? Who's given what? As the player? No, you're going to start with one or two characters, and maybe give modes so that you can select one, make them randomly given. I don't know, or maybe there's one that the player. I don't fucking know, really. I'm thinking that one player. You're given like one player, and then you have to do quests to unlock the other characters.
Yeah.
And not every quest is going to give you a new character, but it's one of the quest lines that are given.
I think I like that. Yeah. Or like you do a character's quest line and then you acquire them.
Right, but that you won't be offered every character's quest line. So there's some level of replayability because you're going to get characters in different order.
Like, if there's 80 characters, you get offered a max of like 40 quest lines.
No. You can get all the characters offered to you, but they won't be in the same. We're not making it linear. I'm going to make it so it's randomly giving you a quest, and we have to assign variables to store your reputation, the player's reputation, with different factions. And you'll have to consider that sometimes accepting a quest from a certain faction may be losing favor with another faction. Now I'm going to start this off by using a couple of variables, and
I better make that Google sheet.
yeah. So this is going to be variable placeholder for right now. This is just so that I could keep track of stuff. We won't probably leave it blank. I don't know, whatever. Just moving on. So variable number 1 is going to be, I think maybe we reserve 1 to 10 for some tracking stuff. So let's leave this for tracking. Player X. I'm going to just assign some things that I know that we're going to have to track. Player Y.
Warp says Vino and Waffles always need to be into factions that hate each other.
That's what I was going to do. I was going to do that. I was already moving on to that. And then I was like, wait, we don't want to start with, what are some of the reserved ones we're going to need? So starting on 11, we'll do the player faction. So faction Vino and faction Waffles. Right, those are the two factions. We can give them specific names in the text of the game, but the variables will be clear, so we know what it is and what goes on there. So I'm gonna make a player tracker, and also assign some values. Actually, we can new player auto run this stuff. So at the beginning of the game, all factions will be set to 0. Basic colors as factions. I don't want to get this. I don't want to get you guys confused about the idea, though. Not every character will need its own faction. It's like,
and purple will be the best faction.
There's not going to be
joking.
There's not going to be a faction for every character, and not every character needs its own faction. But like you can create a faction for your character if you want to go in depth with making quest lines and whatnot. There's not only 2 factions. I'm thinking there'll be like 10 to 20 factions. Drifty coded up where quest lines can easily be disabled in case bugs are found. I don't know what you're talking about. Warp Enigma needs to have an anti-faction, aka being factionless. Yeah, it's totally okay, Warp Enigma. Not every faction, not every quest is going to be tied to a factions. Like, it might just be a neutral faction. You know, like no faction. Factionless. There will be no bugs, sir, like that. Let's just use this one as player tracker. Alright, so switch number 1 is set to player tracker, and we'll turn switch number 1 on at the beginning of the game. So once switch number 1 is on, this will run as a parallel, and we're going to be checking. We'll be checking. We're going to control player X to be set to game data. Player map X. Copy paste that. We're going to be setting player Y to be game data map Y of the player. And we're going to be checking player map to be the game data. The map ID. And then because all of our parallels, we don't want them running as fast as they possibly can, we're going to include a wait 2 frames. So it will run 30 times a second. That's plenty. In fact, we can probably do this a wait 3. It'll run, that would be 20 times a second. Let's do wait 6. That'll make so it runs 10 times a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, so you used a
Like-
switch or a variable?
Like that. It'll run that fast.
Did you use a switch or a variable? Variables. One.
For
2,
what? I used both. I used one switch, player tracker, and then I've used several variables.
Okay.
I'll show you the variable list if you want to see that now. We have 1, 2, and 3 is player X,
Can
player
you just
Y,
copy
player
and
map.
paste that to me on Discord.
I can't just copy paste this like that.
All right, so hold on a minute. Player X, player Y, player map.
I could give you a picture like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, let me just give you
Then
a
I don't-
Windows
you don't
picture.
have to keep it open like that.
Yeah. I'm going to put it in Amalgamation MZ because it's not scrolling enough. We got a $2 super chat from Vino. Thank you, Vino. Says, hello all. Here's your Doge dip, T. We got a Doge dip today. Thank you for the $2, Vino. How you doing today?
Whoa.
Corey Davis with a $5 super chat. How you doing, Corey? Thank you so much for the $5. Appreciate that. Hopefully you're having a good day today. Hopefully I can learn how to talk properly. He says, watch Bitcoin in the next few months. I put $20 in Bitcoin yesterday. $20 more. I think I have 70 in Bitcoin right now. I mean, it's worth more than that, but like in my total investment, I put in like $70. Thank you for the $5, the $2, and of course, Warp Enigma. Thank you for all the crowns. You guys are very generous. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Sir Legna says, Drifty, use my delay variables and switches and make it not parallel but on player movement. I don't want to put another plugin in just for that because it does make sense though, doesn't it? But I wonder... All right. Let's do that, Sir Legna. Sure. What's your link again? See, is it sirlegna.itch.io? Sir Legna. The plugin generator. Okay, right. Which one are we looking for? Delay switches and variables. $10 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey. Appreciate that $10, man. He says, why are we tracking a player? He likes to be a pimp. And before I give my okay to this company to increase my main portfolio by slot of percent, I can do full-time stocks now. Woo!
Nice.
Full-time stocks, baby.
That's awesome. Get off
Hell
the
yeah.
road.
Yeah, you don't have to be putting your life at risk on the road.
Yeah.
Sir Legna be trolling. I mean, nah, like, you're teasing me, you don't want me to use your plugins? Is that what you're saying?
What's happening?
I don't know where you're standing on this. You've showed me if this works without bugs and interfering with other plugins, then this is actually going to be a bonus, right? Because we don't need it running 10 times a second if it only needs to update when you move a step.
Yeah, I agree.
So like that alone, for optimization reasons, I was like, you know what, this one little plugin might actually work. And then the better script call is also a good thing to include as well. Let me just go down the list and see what other things I might want to put in from Sir Legna. Real world conditional? What the fuck is that? Hold on, I do want this one. Oh, the real time. Real world time. Okay. Better script command. Kuro-chan Kuro Engine friendship points? What is this? Thanks, Brizzy. This is MZ music. Default MZ music. I actually really like it. If it's too loud or too quiet, let me know. Seems pretty low right now, but I prefer it to be kind of on the low end. I think that's good. All we want is the delay switches and better script call command right now. Alright, so let's compile this. We're going to call it Sir Legna underscore switch var better scripts. Script switch var and better scripts. Maybe we just do and. No, let's just do like that. Add notes, sure. Let's download with these settings. Oh no, it's obviously a virus. Just kidding. Let's keep this. All right, let me cut this. And then we can close this, and we can close this, save this, game open folder, JS plugins. Boom, there we go. Custom script for our project. I'm just analyzing the help file now because I remember we went through a first impression of your help files to see if they've improved at all. We got a $10 super chat from Corey Davis again. Thank you, Corey Davis, for that $10. We appreciate that super chat, man. He goes, but will I get bored again? Who knows? I'll come clean with you guys. I make a little over $40,000 a month in dividends, but I only spend every 3 years of back pay on them, less taxes. You only spend 3 years of back pay? Oh, you only spend every 3 years of back pay on them. $40K a month in dividends is fucking sweet, Corey. Damn, dude, that's amazing. That's so good. Another $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate that. He goes, so I'm free to do whatever, no matter what, but I can't stop myself from stacking and flipping. I'm addicted to stacking. Ah, I see what you're saying. It's like, yeah, I could already quit driving if I wanted to, but you're saying that if you're doing stocks full time, you'll keep yourself busy, and then that will let you quit because you won't be super bored. And you don't know if you're going to get super bored trying to do this because you're so used to also doing other things. And if you give up one of those things, like driving, you might get too bored. I don't know. It's up to you. You know, it's up to your personal like perspective on things and like your own tastes to see if that's going to be a lifestyle that suits you. You know, so it's tough to say if you're going to be able to do this full time and just do that and not do other stuff if you're going to be bored or not. But we'll have to wait and see, right? I mean, at some point, if you're able to stack and flip so fast by doing the stocks like this, maybe you'll feel justified in not having to take that nice driving job. You know, it's up to what you like to do. Because some people like to drive. T likes to drive certain places. It's therapeutic for
driving.
her, and I hate it. I hate being in a car. I hate being in a car like very, very much. So it just depends on you personally. Obviously, if you're a driver for a living, you probably like some forms of it, right? Guild or Gold RPG says, "Can we get a super chat for T? She's amazing and deserves it."
Aww.
She is amazing. That didn't have anything to do with T. Your super chat was a fail? Nah, man. T's making this money, too. T's got a 12 core on the way.
I do. I didn't think I would be able
thread.
to do it this year because the chip prices made everything go up in price, but I found a really good deal today, and I was like, man, how long am I going to have to wait if I don't get it now? And so I did. I got it now.
So we're gonna cannibalize her system and use most of the parts from her system, but we got a new board, an AM4 with a Ryzen 9 on the way, so she'll have a 12 core.
See, when I met Drifty, I had the crappiest laptop ever, and I made my game on it, and I did like all my YouTube stuff on it, and it was really sad. And so slowly, I've been building my computer up to the point of where, you know, it's acceptable. Right
Your
now,
computer is pretty good. Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
It's not bad, but now it's gonna be like good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's taken 3 years, but we're getting there.
You have a gamer computer right now, but you're going to have an enthusiast computer when these parts arrive.
Yep. So that's exciting. Finally going from the realm of crappy laptop to enthusiast computer. It took 3 years to do it, but it's happening.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I like building computers and taking parts from different machines and slopping them together and be like, look what I have created! We're going from an SSD to an M.2 NVMe ME SSD. That's a tough one to say. NVMe SSD.
Yeah, I was just
M.2.
It's compatible. And Drifty's like, what? And I'm like, is the NV, you know what I'm saying. NV something or other.
NVMe. KV's like, I'd be happy with $40K per year. You were outside the room, but Corey dropped what he makes in dividends a month on us.
Holy hell, Corey.
$40K a month.
That's sweet.
On just dividends.
That's sweet.
Not his driving job, not his other shit. You know? And then speaking of Corey, $20 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate that. He goes, like, right now, I spend my dividend payment from 2018, and the pay I get from right now won't be spent until 2024, and I usually only spend around 3 months worth of dividend payments a year, but I usually don't know what I spend it on.
That's sick. That's sick. I know.
This year it's definitely some coming to us for sure.
And we appreciate
Corey's
that,
been
Corey.
a big supporter of the show, and we appreciate you, Corey. Thank you so much.
Hopefully we've provided some value for all that love.
Yeah. Psycho says I build computers for people at work and his buddies and stuff.
That's nice.
So Lugna, it is MV compatible. That awesome. What are we talking about?
Yeah, he's picking on me not being able to say NVMe.
Oh, NVMe. M.2 NVMe, whatever. We're getting distracted here. I'm going to use Sir Lugna's plugin for that. I'm just staring at the chat. Thank you so much, guys. So we'll put that in. Wait, I need to know how to use this. If plugin command for this Better Script calls. Great. We'll probably use that at some point. So that's good to know. But how do I... Is it a plugin command for... It is a plugin command. Okay.
I'm sorry, Supremo, that you're in Brazil. There's some messed up stuff happening there. Feel for you. My heart goes out to you.
So instead of a blatant wait 8 frames, let's try a plugin command here. for this one. And we'll make this say script command. Executes any length JavaScript. Okay, right. Set variable delay. Switch delay. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll make it a switch delay. So set the switch to change to a state after a delay, but we're not going to use a delay. We want to use a step count. How do we... Oh, here we go. Steps. Type of delay, 6. Delay amount, 1, right? Every step, the amount of delay. So, Sir Legna, am I using this properly now? Type 6, but delay 1. So every step. And then I want to turn on switch 1. I want to set switch 1 to true. Every step. He says, yep. Okay. And then at the end of player tracker, what we need to do is get rid of this and get rid of this and say switch false. Control switch, turn player tracker off. So what will happen is when you make a step, it's going to run this, and then hold on. Wait, maybe this is not quite right. When do we run this at the beginning? Sir Legna, so when this runs, we're turning this switch on, and then it's going to turn this on right here. It's going to do a plugin command that says... So we're turning it on once manually when the game starts. And then it will cause the plugin command to run a single time. And then it will track the player and turn itself off. But then, is it still going to work after it shuts itself off? Is this plugin command still going to be on? $10 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you, Corey Davis, for another $10. We really appreciate that. He says, outside of business deals, it's hard to transfer large sums of cash in a timely manner. Took almost 2 months to get my property cash transferred to my account in the U.S. A lot of red tape and COVID. Mm-hmm. Yeah, moving your money around is a pain in the ass.
Well, sure, and then also if you make any large deposits before getting a house mortgage, they won't count it like... I know you don't need a mortgage, Corey, but still, like... They make it really difficult for you to move your money around and use it.
Yeah. And if you just got it, they won't even consider that you have it.
Yeah, it's like not real. It's imaginary. Pretty bad.
Farbin Cut, I went through like for 10 minutes and talked about the core gameplay loop. I don't know. Can I TLDR it? You accept quests, and you have reputation with different factions. And you can accept the quests for variable different amounts of rewards. Like you can accept the request, and you can accept a quest for the value of gold, or you can accept it and get a new member, or you can accept it and get a weapon. But you have to decide what your reward is going to be, or you can deny that and say I don't want to do that quest. And then like shortly after, you'll be given a different quest to do, and over time. You know, you're gonna have different. Your playstyle is gonna be different, right? Because you're gonna accept different. There'll be different types of quests. Some more battle, some more find the switch type of thing. You know, talk to the right people. Maybe there'll be puzzle quests. You can do whatever you want, and so that lets you tailor what type of game it is for you, and then. You get to decide whose faction you are gaining favor with and whose faction you are losing favor with. And not all of them will be opposing. There'll just be lots of different ones, but there'll be a couple opposing ones in there. Another $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey. I appreciate that. He says, but I'd rather not pay a ton of taxes either. And remember, my hat is too OP for this universe. If you want, I got some ideas for some super bosses also.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there will also be quest lines for super boss fights.
Well, in quest lines, if you guys want to include a boss fight in your quest line, by all means, do it.
Hey, Heartless, how you doing? A little tired, but I'm glad you're doing all right. Another $5 super chat from
up,
Corey
Heartless?
Davis. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate that for another $5. He says, and a wild Heartless has appeared. Mm-hmm. There she is. Corey is like 90% of Drifty's income. I wouldn't say 90%, but it's definitely up there. It's a lot of it. Hopefully that's enough explanation for you, Farbin. Yeah. And right now I'm trying to make sure that I'm using Sir Legna's plugin properly. I'm wondering, Sir Legna, can I do this plugin command at the beginning of a new game auto run, or does it need to be retracked every time? Heartless, like, do I need to run this plugin command every time a player takes a step? That's the question.
You mean Sir Legna?
Who did I say?
Heartless.
Oh, Sir Legna. As
Heartless is like, what?
I'm reading Heartless's comments and I'm talking to Sir Legna. Sorry. Sir Legna, do I need to run this plugin command every time a player takes a step? Or should I just put it on the new game auto run and let it? You need to reset it every time. Okay. So this is saying when the player makes the next step, turn that on. So this is going to, it increases the processing power of one run through the common events, but if the player is standing still, then it doesn't cause any extra processing power. However, our other method of waiting 6 frames, the player can be standing still and then it's running through this control variable 10 times a second.
Yeah.
So I still think overall this is more optimal of a way to do it. Another $5 super chat from Corey. Thank you so much, Corey. I appreciate that. Where is Sora and Lies? I'm only 22.5% of his income. Thank you for that $5. Appreciate it. Corey knows his numbers. All right, so it has to be ran every time. So that's probably a better thing anyway. Okay, so that's good. Also, if we need to make a script call, that, you know, so if we look at our script box, like you have to make it fit in that. And that sucks. Because once you leave the script box, all your vars, all your lets are gone. But we can instead do this one and do a script command and put in lots of stuff. And our script box can be super duper long. And when we hit OK, it's going to run that giant ass script right there. Just like it's a script call. So that's a big bonus right on top of... It's like an arbitrary limitation of the engine itself. T bought Tales of Basuria yesterday. How far did you get in that game?
I killed some chipmunk-looking pig thingies.
At the beginning?
Yep.
It's very anime. I was looking at her. I was playing RimWorld, and she was playing Tales of Basuria, and I was like, "This is very anime." And our sons came in, and they're just like, they just started watching, and they didn't know it was a game. And I was like, "Your mom's into anime now."
And they're just like, okay.
And they're like, "Uh-huh," and then they just walked out. T doesn't usually watch anime.
No.
I like anime, but I don't watch it very often. And T doesn't really watch anime at all.
No. I think I watched, what did I watch? I watched, does movies count as anime? Movies count, right? I watched this weird one that I see a lot of memes from, where this, like, guy in a sheet with a weird mask on his face, and, like, this little girl's in a town and her parents turn into pigs. I watched that one. I don't know what that's called, but and Ponyo. Ponyo was cute. I watched that one a few times with the kids.
So I'm wondering if this plugin command should be at the top or the bottom. It's gonna arm itself to run this again, do that stuff.
Oh, Wrath of Wood
Turn the
knows
tracker
what it was called. Spirited Away. I've seen that.
I think it needs to be right here. So it's going, when this thing runs, it's going to immediately set the player X and player Y in map ID, and then it's going to arm itself so that when the player takes another step, it turns the switch on, but then it's going to turn itself off. Or should I go like this? Turn the switch off. It's going to make the switch turn off, but then it's going to arm it before it actually goes off, right? So I think the way that this works is it has to finish the whole page before it actually like kicks off. Like if you turn the switch off that controls this, it doesn't stop this stuff from running. Like it runs the whole page. So it's going to try to do all of that, turn the switch off, but it's still going to arm itself to turn back on. Doesn't matter, the step animation is 3 frames and the parallel state will execute faster. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, new game auto run. Turn on our tracker. Set our 2 factions, Vino and Waffles. What was the... Okay, hold on. I know what 2 factions I'm going to put in. Just because it's a little cameo from my last project that I actually finished. Faction Crimson Dawn. And faction... What did I call it? The Coral Kingdom? Crimson Dawn Empire. So this will be the typical bad guys and the typical good guys. Dang it. Set that to 0. And set that to 0. So we got 4 factions. You have generic bad guys, generic good guys, and Vino and Waffles. We'll let Vino and Waffles name their kingdoms later on. I'm sure they'll come up with a name for their faction.
Yeah.
But we'll leave the variable like that for now. And game will refer to them as the name.
So 13 and 14 are Crimson Dawn.
Yeah, 13
Coral
Crimson Dawn,
Kingdom.
14 is Coral Kingdom faction. Alright. We have no maps. We have no tile sets. Our database is pretty bare.
I'm working on the map right now.
That's okay. I'm still at a loss. I need to figure out... Like in MV, it's easy. It's like custom params. And then you have like blah, 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 blah. And you do like custom params, all HTML style, and it's like ATK equals actor dot level times 3 plus 10. Like it works like that in MV, but it doesn't work like that in MZ, as far as I know. Does anybody know of a way to control the parameters of a character for a class?
Sir Legna, you dreaming. He says T will now pay attention to the stream and keep up to date on database changes.
Probably not. Yeah, let's be real. That's probably not going to happen.
That's hilarious.
I'll just send her a picture every now and then, and she'll just update it.
You funny.
Studio Ghibli is good at storytelling, if you ask me. Studio Ghibli? What the hell is that? Hold on, let me Google that. Japanese animation film. Oh, okay. Right. You guys are talking about anime.
Yeah.
But Baka Drifty not played me enough.
Huh? Oh, he didn't. On Life is Cancer's game. His character.
Yeah.
You were too OP, Heartless.
Take care, Brizzy. Enjoy your dinner, man.
Heartless says, Drifty, Heartless Angel's too OP. Also Drifty, uses a level 99 cheat character.
Hey, I had to wreck him. I had to go hard mode. On them. Easy mode for me. Get that right. Gotta get that right. You might want to write a script that converts the database to a CSV file. Like a spreadsheet.
Maybe. I don't know about writing scripts. Sounds like a lot of work.
What's up, C-Stripe? How are you doing today?
Brain power.
I still want this to exist. There's a plugin for RPG Maker MV that lets you control the parameters of all your characters. It was a Yanfly plugin. I don't know if it exists inside of MZ. I haven't been able to find it yet, but it looked something like that. Custom params or something like that. So I'm gonna press Control C. I'm gonna open the plugin help. I'm gonna go to the core engine and there's no Control F here. Right. Okay. What about inside of here? They still haven't added a search function in the help file. There's still no search function here. Control F. Why not? Come on. Is that really that hard? Need a little Control F search function inside the help box. It shouldn't be that difficult to do. I mean, otherwise I'm gonna just copy everything here. Let me go here. Bring this up. Extra steps. Paste it in. Control F. Type in custom param. They call custom parameters more literal in this one. It's like literally you create custom parameters and you can add your own, like strength and dex and agility. Like, I mean, agility is already one, but I don't know. T, you're gonna have to entertain these people. I gotta go to the bathroom. Be right back.
Okay. How do I entertain y'all?
You like show maps or something?
Show okay. I'm just working on making auto terrains in GIMP for Tile D. It's really not that exciting. It's the opposite of exciting, I think. Probably. It keeps changing. GIMP keeps changing my settings and I don't know why. Must be a hotkey that I'm pressing. Oh no! I didn't get the whole thing. No! What are you guys up to? What are you doing while we're streaming right now? Sing? No way, man. I ain't gonna sing. Are you crazy? I can't remember the lyrics to any song. Like, I literally get ABCs wrong. Not even kidding. I was trying to sing the ABC song with Lily the other day, and instead of saying S, I said F. Not even kidding. It's a real story. It's a true story. I totally did that. That's how bad I am at remembering lyrics. Singing is not my thing. Unless it's like karaoke and I can see the words. That I can do. I can karaoke as long as I'm able to read fast enough and breathe. Do you guys ever do karaoke? One of the things I find the hardest with karaoke is remembering to breathe. Why does this keep changing? Why? Why do my settings keep changing? I don't understand. I don't. Why are you being stupid, Gimp? Gimp is being stupid. Gimp is never stupid. Why? So guys, I'm trying to like select a bunch of areas so that I can move them over to another sheet to reformat them and turn them into auto tiles. And it keeps making my select tool change from selecting from the corner to from the center. And I don't know why. Does anybody know why this is happening? Did it happen again? No, it's not. It didn't happen again. Nope. Okay. Song of the Lute is making tile sets? Awesome. Warp. I don't care about lyrics. Just sing T. Entertain me. No. I can't. I'll be too embarrassed. Warp. I'll be too embarrassed. It's too embarrassing. T, did you know that today, the 181st anniversary of the first prepaid postage stamp was issued? No, I didn't know that, Sir Lagna. That is big brain stuff. I don't know that. That would do with the Drunken Sailor. I don't know that song at all. Like, what should we do? Wait, see? I didn't even read that sentence right. I am destined to say song lyrics wrong 100% of the time. That's all there is to it. You make all other kinds of sounds on stream. So what? What are you saying, Warp? Yeah, no, Wrath, I have to keep going back to the sidebar options to untick from the center, but I don't know how I'm like making it happen in the first place. All I'm doing is hitting Control C and Control V because I'm copying and pasting a bunch of stuff. So I don't understand why it keeps changing my settings. You have the internet right in front of you. Shut up, Warp! Drifty had to pee. Sometimes you just gotta urinate.
Lily's not asleep yet.
Oh, I know. She's been yelling in there the entire time. I
wanted to check on her. She's going, ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma.
It's like 50-50 now. She'll either sleep or not. Sometimes she falls right asleep and takes a nice nap, and then she's wonderful in the evening. And then other times she refuses to nap, and she's like a little demon child.
Yeah, when she doesn't sleep, she gets really cranky.
Yeah.
Drifty just needs to keep a can under his desk.
No, thank you. Ew.
That'd be great. It's a great idea, Vino.
Come on.
We'll get one.
Warp is disappointed in me because I didn't sing.
Why didn't you sing?
Because I don't know the lyrics.
Hold on. What?
What? What? What? What?
Here, I can make T sing. Watch.
What?
I have to use this one.
What?
There we go. This is T.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left because I've been blasting and casting so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. I never hurt a homie that didn't deserve it.
I take a look at my life and realize there's
Shut up.
nothing left because I've been.
She doesn't have headphones on, so she can't hear it.
No, I
but-
can't hear it.
I take a
Oh, I have to pause the music, but we're gonna We're gonna make T sing for you. She's gonna be auto-tuned to singing Gangster's Paradise.
I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left because I've been.
Hold on, let me get the
I
lyrics.
take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left because I've been. I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left because I've been. I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
As I walk
because
through the
I've
valley
been.
of
Hold
the
on, hold
shadow
on, one-
of death,
hold on,
I
hold
take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treating like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking, where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying in chalk.
Okay, that's it.
Look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
All right, now I gotta get a chord progression going.
There you go,
There you go.
Warp.
She Googled the lyrics.
Look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't.
Okay, hold on.
Look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Look at my life and
Wizards
realize
Paradise.
there's
Is
nothing
this a
left.
casting instead of
'Cause I've
laughing?
been
I
blasting
can't
and
remember
laughing
lyrics.
So long that
Yo.
Even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't. Look at my life and
Wow,
realize
that's as far as it records.
Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone.
They say I got to learn, but nobody's here to teach me. If they can't understand me, how can they reach me? I guess they won't. I guess they front. I guess there's something. That's how I do my
Can't
life.
understand me if they can't understand me.
This is the story of my life, guys.
Me if they can't understand me, how can they reach me? I guess they reach me if they can't understand. Reach me if they can't.
It was like, because I'm hitting the record button and she's just going freestyle mode. So I'm trying to get the best clip so that I can auto-tune it,
If they can't.
but it's not quite.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. They can't copyright me if I get the lyrics wrong, right?
You're so far from a copyright claim, honey. It's fine.
Shoot up! That's it. I'm done. I'm out. Peace, y'all.
We got a 20 knock super chat from Warp Enigma. Thank you so much, Warp. Appreciate that. Says you deserve some crowns for that. Whoop whoop. Thanks.
Thank you, Warp.
And then we got a $5 super chat from Psycho Gaming. Thank you so much, Psycho. Appreciate you guys with the super chats here. Real quick dime for that song. Good job, guys. Love that song, T.
I'm never singing again.
There you go.
Reach me if they can't understand me. How can they reach me?
I know. I'm like playing with the pitch bends.
Reach me if they can't understand me. How can they reach me?
If they can't understand me, how can they read me?
Reach me.
Warp is entertained. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you're entertained, Warp.
Here we go.
Good.
We'll get a chord going for him.
I'm happy.
If they can't understand me, how can they reach
all
me?
worth it.
I guess they reach me. If they can't understand me, reach me. If they can't understand me, how can they reach me? I guess they reach me. Reach me. If they can't understand me, how can they reach me? I guess they reach me. Reach me. If they can't understand me, if they can't understand me, reach me. If they can't understand me, how can they reach me? I guess they reach me. If they can't understand me, how can they reach me? If they can't understand me, how can they reach me? Reach me. If they can't understand me, reach me. If they can't understand me, reach me. If they can't understand me, how can they reach me?
I threw something together, and by the end of it, we had something. It was hard to get it quite quantized right, you know. But it's all good. There we go. Back to MZ music. The good old pentatonic chords. Pentatonic scale on some minor chords is always the way to go.
Reach me.
Daft T. There you go. There was like maybe 2 or 3 seconds where it was like, oh, that's tight. And then it just something didn't quite work right. I'm like, oh no, that's where the sample ends. I take a look at my wife and realize she is very plain. Random drifty live stream is always random.
Yes. That's a requirement of any one of our streams.
Warp Enigma with the puns. It's like an amalgamation of stuff, right, Heartless? Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, I probably need to figure out something, because I here's where I keep repeating myself. I get to the point where I'm like, okay, I need actors. I got actors. They need to be given classes. I go to design the class, and I'm like, I want to control their parameters, right? But I don't have a plugin to do this that I know about. Oh, and I was doing a Control F, wasn't I? Hold on. I was gonna look over here. Come on, please, VS Code. Thank you. Custom params. What about class parameters? Class? Anything from class? We can control initial level, max level. $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much for the $5, Corey Davis. He just goes, huh?
Confused. Listen, Corey, all that happened is that Drifty had to pee. End of story.
Corey missed out on T's mad skills. $5 for a question mark? That's the most Corey thing I've seen, says KB Kingdom. Param. Okay, so look, on enemy note tags, you can determine their param with X. But that's not a formula, right? It's an integer. I need a param that gives, like, a note tag that assigns a param to an actor on a class that allows for eval for X here. MV had it. MV has it. And MZ may have it, but I haven't been able to find. X gonna give it to you. Where is param? First we're gonna param, then we're gonna param. Param, let it param. Here's an idea used for actor class. This is plus. Adds or subtract X to param plus value when calculating totals. Replace X with a percentage or a rate. This is used to calculate the plus portion of the param settings S parameter formula. Huh. Excuse me. We can set max as well. Param rate, param. $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey. Appreciate that. Another $5. Thank you so much. He says, can you make T so that a character every turn gets stronger by X amount? So on turn 1, she is basic, and on turn 3, 3 times stronger, etc., etc., etc. Can you make it so that a character gets stronger every turn. Yeah, you can make a state and you give them a state and then the state beefs them up every turn if that's what you
be
want.
Super OP, Corey, and then I turn around and I'm the end boss, or co-end boss, demi-end boss.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, you can make a state like that.
I don't want to kill everybody.
JS param plus. Replace code with JavaScript code to determine how much to change the plus amount of the calculation. Oh, so I mean, we totally have the ability to do what I'm trying to do in here. I just have to get good scrub. JS param rate. Replace param with, you know, the actual parameter. Replace the code with the JS you want to put. How much to change the param rate amount for the parameter's total calculation. This is used to calculate the param rate portion in parameter settings, basic parameter formula. So let's keep that up and let's close this and go to, oh fuck, what plugin is that? Is that the core engine? It's the core engine, right? This is for special parameters right there, but at the top maybe. Okay, displayed parameters, ATK. Extended parameters. Param rate. This is param rate. Param ID. Formula to determine total parameter value. Let value equal base plus the plus times the param rate times the buff rate plus the flat bonus. Determine the limits. Final value. Round, clamp. The min, the max. $20 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey. Appreciate that. 20 more bucks. Thank you so much, dude. He goes, just wondering if you can do it in MZ. It looks like a lot of MZ stuff requires you to be good at coding. Unlike in MV, you had the choice to try and code it or take the easy way. But I haven't looked at MZ, so I could be wrong. No, I think you're right. In a lot of ways, MZ is, at least for the Vigistella/Yanfly things, you know, you can do a lot. In fact, you could do even more with MZ, but it does test your coding knowledge. And inside of MV, everything was partitioned into their individual function and plugins, and like you know, at the end of the day, you're gonna need like 150 MV plugins to do what you can do in like 20 plugins in MZ. But all of those plugins in MZ, you're going to have lots of like parameter adjustments and JS code inside of them to do the things, right? So I think MV is probably easier. MV is an easier engine to use than MZ. I think so.
But you get a better product from MZ.
I mean, I still like MZ better, but I think MV has its, it has its selling points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The thing for me with MV is that like the optimization for me is it's a no-brainer. Like I can't go back to MV just because of the optimization alone.
Yeah. So inside of here is where we're going to make an adjustment. We're going to mess some stuff up, all right? Here's what I probably should do. Let's start by copying all of this. I'm going to put this somewhere. I don't know. Discord. I'm going to put it in Discord. All right. So that's our code inside of Discord. Now we're going to take that code And we're going to change some stuff around. If we're not adjusting like the param rate, the buff rate, or anything, we can just change value. You know what I'm saying? I can literally comment out that and put in whatever the frick I want. What if I do like this dot Man, I know we're gonna mess shit up. Just remember the formula is being used across all the parameters though. Yeah. This dot param base param ID oh, actually just type in base because it's defined base. Good. So we'll say the value is the base times this dot. I wonder if level is defined in here. So let's open the formula and look at our stats, essentially. It's going to crash, probably. Huh. Was it increase? How do you add experience? Thought it was just like add experience. Damn it, I gotta look up some basic shit. Hold on. RPG Maker MZ add experience JS. The first result is a tutorial from 2016 that I put out. Good job. Good search. Let's just look at the script call page. I'm scrolling. I'll put a link in the chat so you guys can see what I'm doing, actually. Here we go. It's a really useful document. I reference it a lot. Change experience. So it's only in game actors, huh? It's not game party. That's where I went wrong. dot actor hold on, I need to just do something. Game party dot underscore actors data. So we have 3 people in the party. We have actor 3, 11, and 4. So now I know I can do game actors dot actor 3 dot gain exp, and it's a function passing in an integer. Let's just say 10,000 or something. There you go. Okay, so Corey's at level 12 now, and let's look at his stats. Oh yeah, our formula totally changed it. His strength at at level 1, it looks normal. It looks the same. So we can use this, right? We can totally use this. We just have to change the base numbers. Because look, at level 12, he's got max HP, max PP. Of course, he's got 360 strength, 720 speed. So our parameter rate didn't break the game. In fact, it works. It knows what dot level is. It's using level. That's fantastic. So it didn't fall apart. In fact, that's fucking cool, because now I can just go in here and make all of their rates down to like ending value something really low. $20 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey. Appreciate that. He says, the way I see it is you don't know what you don't know. So I suck at coding, so I don't know what all can be done because it requires coding to try it out. So poor Drift has to hear me ask him say, how do I do it in 40 different ways? It's all right, man. You know, we always try to figure it out. And people asking me questions is part of why I know all the useless, I mean, not useless, but like all the miscellaneous shit that I've learned along the way. Another $5 super chat from Corey. Thank you so much again, Corey, for stacking those chips in our favor here. It says, but in MV, at least I had some idea what could be done with minimal bothering of drift. Lol. I think MV is great. I like MZ too, but I would say MV is an easier engine to use. Corey Davis with a $5 super chat. On top of that, he says, and all my stats should say OP. So Legna says, when you pay to ask, I don't think Drifty minds at all. Yeah, it's true. If anyone has made it worth my while, it is definitely Corey. Ask me whatever you need help with, man. Level 1, and then we set some kind of low value, right? Because it's going to be a multiplier. So at level 12, it's... So let's just do 100, right? Let's try that. Oh wait, did I not generate the curve? Oh shit, this is for level 1. Okay. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, so HP at level 1. How much do I want them to have? Hold on, I think I have to figure this out right. Generate a curve at level 1. I think because of the way that I'm changing the formula. At level 1, 2. And then it stays the same, doesn't it? Because we're multiplying. Oh, and then I give it the rating in here. I'm doing something very weird that I've never done before. So I have no idea exactly if it's going to work. But what I'm doing now is I'm saying we're multiplying the character's level by their base value. And so we don't want their base value to go up with level because we're manually controlling that.
Right.
So what that's letting us do is say for this class, for every level, they're going to get this amount.
Yeah.
they're going to get this amount per level. And so let's make it a number that works. At level 1, they get 50 HP. I mean, each class can have its own thing, its own amounts. And then 10 MP. And then for attack, how much attack do we want this freak mishap to have per level? I don't know. Let's start with a small number, 3. So if we think level 99, it's 300. We're gonna make the freak mishap like the middle of the line character, I suppose. Generate curve. Everything's gonna be 4 for now. Oh no, I messed that one up. So over here, it's going to look like nearly non-existent. But because it's multiplying by the character level, so that's how you see me, what, middle of the line? I just don't have we haven't defined your class yet, so we haven't given it specifics as like it should have higher attack or lower magical attack or higher magic attack or lower defense or higher defense. Kind of, Charles. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly D&D, but it's closer than the way it's set up by default. So what this lets me do is say, like, we'll make every character have a basic scale between, like, 2 and 10 or something. And then we can assign a value for each of their stats between 2 and 10. And then they go up that amount specifically per level. So the biggest gain in power will be from level 1 to 2. Because they double essentially all their stats. But every level they get stronger. But so between level 98 and 99, it's not really that big of an increase in power. So the problem with this, I see, if it even works, is, I know, Warp, is making the beginning of the game the right difficulty. You have to make it super easy because it is definitely a flat leveling system, but let's see if it even works. So the only one who has this class is Warp Enigma. So we have to make actor number 4 in the party level up. $10 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey. Appreciate that. My attack should say OP, and when I attack, it should say OP, and the enemy just evaporates. My class should be called Harbinger. The Harabarajin class cannon? Glass cannon. Hits really hard and moves really fast, and good health and defense. Well, the glass cannons are typically low defense.
Corey, I gotta call you on this one, right? You like difficult games, but if we put that character in our game,
our game's gonna be way too easy. If we make you true strength, it'll be too easy. So we have to make it harder by not giving you your ultimate. What about if we make it so that in your storyline, you only operate at 1% of your true power, so you've been nerfed. Like, yeah, in the storyline, your character is nerfed.
Because otherwise you'd be too OP.
That way the game balances out. It could be cool. All right.
But it would make for a really easy game.
If we gave him 100% power.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah. Let's say the changes. We're going to test on Warp Enigma now. So we have Actor 3, Actor 11, and Actor 4. So we're going to say Actor 4. We're going to gain 1,000. But first, I want to look at the stats. Look at their stats. They all have 4. And they're all given Freak Mishap as a class, actually. Because it's the only class in the game. Thank you for another $5 super chat, Corey Davis. Dang, you're being very generous. We appreciate that very much. He says, then the enemies has to get on my level. So let's level up one of the actors here. Boom. And then reload this. Warp Enigma is now level 5. And so 4 times 5, we figured it out. I figured it out. That's how you do it now. And the parameter curves, you set their level 1 to their max level scale to be the same number. And then we just change the formula to say the base times level with no additions at all. And because we're not actually using them in the formula anyway, that gives us control of a flat leveling system. 4 times 5 equal 20. Yay! Sir Legna, come on. You just have to show your results. We know that, like, it's going to... Another $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey. We appreciate that. He says, okay, then, make my special use 100% of my power, just slaughtering everything. It'll be a momentary, your ultimate move that costs all your TP, your limit break, will be 100% usage or something, or like 100% activate or 100% power. And then everything just disintegrates. No numbers even happen. It's just like Yojimbo in Final Fantasy X. He just goes like, whoa, ping, and everything just gets cut in half. No damage, no numbers, just everything's cut in half.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Corey could be like Yojimbo.
Yeah, Corey's Yojimbo.
Essentially.
I watched him. He's pretty cool. Yojimbo? Probably best character I've ever seen watching somebody's game over their shoulder.
I'm super happy about figuring out how to do the parameters so we can make a flat system. Every level you get 50 HP and 2 MP. I mean, obviously we're going to change the numbers, right? This is just a placeholder. We'll change the numbers around so that we'll have like a scale between, like, I don't know, 5 and 15 makes sense. So the lowest gain in stat will be 5 per level and the highest will be 15. And then for HP, 50 seems right. 50 seems okay. And then for PP, maybe PP needs to be increased. Maybe it'll be a scale between 5 and 15 as well. PP needs to be increased. Oh, that's so good. How did I miss that? There's going to be a lot, though, since we called it PowerPoints. PP has got to be a big... Anyway, I really like this type of leveling system. And I'm going to take a picture of this and put that in Amalgamation. We found a good way, a cool way to control parameters in our game. Hell yeah, man. That's super duper cool. All right, I guess I can take this out right here and copy this. And what we're doing with this, is we're just saying, come on. We went base dot level value equal base dot level. Core engine, parameter settings, JS formula. That's base times this dot level. And then, I mean, that by itself would be kind of weird, but because we combined that with the ability to, with changing our class's parameter curves so that they look like this. Just a couple of examples there. Super cool. Anyway, come join us on Discord if you want to stay up to what's happening when we're not live streaming. We're going to end the live stream right here. Thank you so much for coming to the live stream today, everybody. We appreciate all the support. Super chatters, thank you so much, everybody who's dropping them super chats today and supporting us. We love you guys very much. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Come join us on Discord. Follow us on Twitter. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a fantastic day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye. And then we can leave them with something special here.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
I'm afraid.
Here we go.
Reach me if
What
they
have I
can't
done?
understand me. Reach me if they can't understand me. How can they reach me? Reach me if they can't understand me. Reach me if they can't understand me. How can they reach me? Reach me if they can't understand me.
Take it back,
How
guys.
can they reach me? I guess they.
We need another sample, T.
Nah.
Just say something.
Something.
There we go.
Something, 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 something.
Bye-bye.
Bye.